Arabic is the fifth most common language in the world, spoken by more than 300 million people in regions spanning from Asia to Africa. However, the teaching of Arabic in Western countries has only started to grow in popularity in recent years. According to a survey by the Modern Language Association, the number of students studying Arabic in American colleges has doubled since 2002. Arab journalist Reda Bouchefra believes that the newfound interest stems from Westerners' desire to deepen relations with the Middle East, and as an effort to understand its rich and diverse cultures through Arabic literature and religion.
Any language is a tool to communicate. So I think that Arabic language is also a tool to build bridges between the East and the West. After what happened, unfortunately, in 9/11, push people to explore the Arabic culture, to explore our behavior, our way of thinking, and so on. So in order for them to explore our culture, they need the language.
Formal teaching requires specific educational degrees and licenses, which can stop many Arabs from promoting the language. But Bouchefra believes that even a basic knowledge shared can provide meaningful exchanges.
I think everyone is responsible. Every Arab person is responsible to expand this language, to make people understand it, to be the lawyer of this language. It's not just the responsibility of the Arabic government, no. I think it's more than that. In schools, in the restaurants, outside, with our neighbors, we should tell them about our language with the diversity, poetry, literature, and all this stuff in order to really present the Arabic language in the US as the way it should be presented.
Recently, the U.S. government has designated Arabic to have strategic importance, and more secondary schools have begun to adopt and incorporate the language into their curriculum through programs like Start Talk, which offer tutoring as well as training to teachers.
In New York, for instance, they are interested to have Arabic schools also, as there is one called Khalil Gibran, and there are also other Arabic schools teach students the Arabic language. And I think New York is very interested to have more schools to teach not only the Arabs the language, but the other children also.
Analyst Mohammed Jeddah believes that this formal teaching of classical Arabic from a young age is the best method of instruction in the West, and hopes that it will inspire more Americans to take the next step, visiting the region.
We learn English to come and educate ourselves in the Western countries, and it is the same thing for the other students to go to the Middle East. If they go to the Middle East, they could communicate with the people, and they would also understand the Arab people here in America or in Europe more than if they don't know the language and they don't speak the language.
Now, the Start Talk program will be expanding its summer courses in Arabic starting next year to all states and all grade levels here in the U.S. For Bridges, this is Shruti Mathur in New York City.